Hi YouTube, I wanted to make a quick video on spark plug removal on Yamaha MT10 and the specific tool that I use to get it out. A lot of people on forums and on other YouTube videos, they're having to grind down the ball of the extension and do a bunch of tricks in order to get those pesky spark plugs out. Well, I got it out just with a set of different length extensions and a U-joint. And I want to share that with everyone because I'm sure I'm not the only one that ran into this pain. So as you can see, I have the air box removed. You see my throttle bodies there. And I still have my AIS installed, but if you see down there, I have my 4 ignition coils all removed and the spark plugs are out. As you see here, my coils are out and I have a Sharpie because I labeled them. And over here are the plugs that I pulled out. The main thing I want to make this video about is the extension that I used, and this is it right here. So I'm going to start off step by step. Now at the very end here, we have a very short extension. As you can see, it's 1 1/4 inch. Very small guy, but absolutely comes in useful and you'll need it. Second guy that I used for an extension is a 2 1/2 inch extension, as you can see there. Let's pop this guy off. Now, you absolutely will need a U-joint. If you do not have this, I wouldn't even bother attempting to get those plugs out. As you can see, 1 1/2 inch. Let's pop that guy out. Another extension here. This guy's a bit of an oddball size. It's 2 1/4 inch. And then for the socket, it's a 14 millimeter, and it's just about 2 1/2 inches. Now, you absolutely will need a dedicated spark plug socket, which this is. This one is magnetized. When you get a set of these guys, make sure it's magnetized because otherwise you will not be able to pull the plug out. So let me just put these back together quickly. Now, you may have slightly different extensions, but what I will say, the most important thing is just to have a different length of extensions like I do with that U-joint, and make sure you have some small guys there as well. It will come very handy. So let me just demonstrate this quickly for you guys. So as you can see, this is kind of how it looks once you have it all together. And you'll just take your time, and you might have to pop in some of the extensions one at a time, but it will work. It will go all the way down, and you will be able to get that socket, loosen it, and then carefully you'll pull it up, and then because it's magnetized, it will stick to the socket, okay? Another trick that I want to point out that a lot of people do for this is they get a bit of string to pull those ignition coils out. I absolutely did this, and when I did this step, guys, I waited for my dad to come to my house to visit with 2 people. It took, for all 4 plugs, it took us less than 10 minutes. And only 2 cuts on our hands, so not too bad. What we did is we wrapped this around one of the coils. One of us stood at the front of the bike and put pressure and pulled that plug up. The other person was behind and just wiggled the ignition coils side by side, and they were able to pop out, and we were able to take them out no problem. So that's how I did it. Wasn't too crazy hard. Took about an hour and a half, and I have very little mechanical experience, just following YouTube videos and forums and manuals, and I was able to do it myself, and I'm sure you can too with the right tools. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all. I'll be happy to help. Good luck. Cheers.